It's Wednesday, October 22nd, and it's time for Q&A. And third time's a charm. This third time I started recording this keeps getting interrupted. So we've got questions today on HRT, alcohol, and cheat days. All amazing questions. Before I dive in, quick introduction. I'm Elizabeth from Happy, Healthy, and Hot, 59-year-old double certified health and weight loss coach, author, content creator, and three-time finalist in the Maximum Cover Girl competition in my late 50s, competing with women mostly in their 20s and 30s, because it is time to tell a new story about aging. You can love your body and your life at any age. I have so many resources here for you that I will drop in the caption. I have two amazing cookbooks. Both are ebooks. You'll have an immediate digital download. They are packed with high protein, low calorie, bikini friendly recipes made with real food ingredients, as well as my best weight loss strategies. The strategies that have helped my clients lose 10 to 35 pounds and keep it off eating real foods. I'm going to drop those links below, as well as a link to my journal that's available on Amazon, my LTK shop where you can shop all of my sexy, affordable fashion, like this super cute workout set. This is from Amazon. It looks and feels just like the little line stuff at one third of the price because sometimes we don't want to spend $100 on a pair of leggings. Um, and sometimes we do. I've done it. But then you think, do I always want to spend $100 on leggings? Not really. So anyway, I will link all of that for you below. I want to dive right into these questions. So we're going to start with the cheat meals questions. This came from Rich. He's been a member of this community for quite a while. So hey there, Rich. It was a great question. And Rich asked, I forgot, he said, do you have cheat meal? What are your favorite cheat meals? Yeah, I think it was cheat meals. I don't cheat. I don't like the word cheat, and because I don't cheat. I'm not a cheater. I don't cheat in games. I don't cheat on tests. I don't cheat in life. I don't cheat in relationships. And the most important relationship that we have is the one we have with ourselves. I absolutely enjoy delicious, amazing food. I indulge in things that I like, but I'm not going to cheat. So for example, I'm extremely sensitive to grains. I am not celiac. I have indeed been tested. My body does not tolerate grains well at all. Bloating, horrible inflammation, skin breakouts. So that's not just, so I don't eat bread. I don't care if it's soaked, sprouted, sourdough, whatever. Doesn't work for me. Nor does pasta. Grains in general don't work. I'll eat the occasional white rice with sushi, but generally I have my sushi sashimi style. So I'm not going to eat grains. I'm not going to cheat on myself. It's not worth it for a bite, a taste, this cookie that somebody baked, this cake, this pasta. I don't want it because it's not worth it to me to have those repercussions ever. It's not worth making somebody feel good that I ate their damn cookie, which they shouldn't be pressuring me about anyway. Like anybody's like, oh, I felt bad, I ate it. What? You ate something that made you feel bad because you felt bad for somebody? What? That's crazy. That is crazy to me. But people say that to me all the time. I felt bad. I didn't want to say no. Thank you. You don't need to do a big song and dance. You don't need to explain. This is a whole, boy, can you tell I'm worked up this morning? It's a whole other question. But I absolutely do indulge things like delicious dark chocolate, a well-crafted cocktail. I enjoy those foods. I don't consider them cheating. I'm enjoying them with intention. I'm aware of where things stand. I loosely track my calories and protein every day because I know what works for me. Um, so if I'm gonna have a chocolate bar, it may put me over my typical calories for the day, but that's okay because one extra chocolate bar isn't going to put weight on me, but I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to say, wow, this was really delicious. And I'm going to move on with my day. Same thing, I have a light bulb that's going out. Hopefully you can't really see the flashing. It's kind of driving me crazy. Um, Same thing with the cocktail. I don't drink a lot. I'm not this big drinker, but I absolutely enjoy a well-crafted, simple cocktail when I'm out, or if I'm home, and having a friend over or something, or a celebratory glass of Prosecco. So I enjoy those things and I move on. And I'm not going to have a lot because I know I want to feel good the next day. So again, if I were to drink a whole lot of alcohol and wake up feeling crappy, well, that's cheating on myself too. So I don't cheat. I absolutely enjoy delicious food, some of which feels very indulgent, but it's all working for me. So I don't, even on vacation, I may not be like tracking the calories and protein as much, but I'm still not going to stray from this. I still want to wake up feeling good every day. And you know what else? I love looking at my flat belly in the mirror. I love it. It never gets old. Never gets old. I love looking at the booty gains that I've made recently. Never gets old. So while we're talking about, since alcohol came up, Wani, my friend on Facebook, so hey there, Wani, asked if I drink alcohol. Yes, I do. And sometimes I haven't. And I'm going to go, you might feel, we're going to go down a rabbit hole with this, probably further than I've ever gone, because I'm going to share some really personal stuff, but because I'm not suggesting people drink or not drink. Alcohol can absolutely stall fat loss. It can lead to poor decisions, all kinds of things. If you're not drinking and you feel great, don't drink. If you have a problem with alcohol, seek help. But here's a little history for me. I've never been a big drinker. Yes, I did some silly things in high school. We all, many of us have. Even in college, I drank regularly, but I was never the person that had to. I could count on one hand and it wouldn't fill up my hand the times over my 4 years away at college that maybe I had a little more drink than I should have. Um, I was just not, I drank, but was very aware. It's like I'm not going to get myself in a situation where alcohol is leading to poor decisions. Um, so fast forward, I was married for a long time, 25 years. My husband did not consume alcohol. I mean, occasionally might have said he just didn't care for the taste. So we didn't really have alcohol in our home. I might have a glass of wine or something we were out with friends. Um, and here's what I have to say about that. I felt and was definitely expressed some judgment when I drank. Um, it was one time, and I enjoy the taste. I've always liked the taste of alcohol. I grew up in a home where, again, not big drinkers, but alcohol was available. If we had people over for dinner, wine was served. There was a well-stocked liquor cabinet in my house. So I grew up seeing alcohol consumed very responsibly. And hold on, I have to lift up my dog onto his chair. He's gonna say hi. This is real life. I don't edit these videos. So this is Tyson. I'm gonna put him, he likes to work next to me. So he's gonna sit in his chair. So anyway, I grew up with, this model of alcohol being something that's a part of your life, but not a big part of your life. So to be honest, I kind of missed, I I felt judged if I had two drinks. I felt judged. One time we had friends over for dinner. I had, bought wine because we were having people over. And there was leftover white wine in the fridge. So the next night, which was like a Sunday evening, we were going to sit down and watch TV. I poured myself a glass of wine, and he was like, "You're drinking 2 nights in a row?" I said, "It's one glass of wine." So when I left that situation at the age of 49, and that has nothing to do with why I left. But what I want to say is I knew that I wanted to have alcohol in my home. I wanted to be able to offer my friend a glass of wine when they came over, things like that. So serving alcohol and consuming alcohol felt like freedom to me. Not that I needed to, get wasted. Again, never that girl, but literally alcohol tasted like freedom to me at this time of my life. And so to me, it was just an important thing that it was available to me. Um, as time went on, and will I say, yeah, were there a few times that I sometimes use that it as a little escape? Perhaps you know what I'm going to say? Perhaps, absolutely. It wasn't that I ever drank a lot, but yeah, I know that I did. Fully admit that. Eventually started even working part-time as a bartender, which is a whole lot of fun. Did private bartending for parties, worked at a nice family restaurant. All of that was great. Um, in 2023, so we're just saying just a few years ago, I I started feeling like alcohol was affecting me in a negative way, possibly. Like I was getting stuck in I was going through some stuff, and I felt like the alcohol was keeping me a little stuck in some icky emotions. Again, we have to feel all the feelings, but maybe it was keeping me down there too long. Um, I was also noticing that it made me really sleepy. And looking back, this was wine that was making me sleepy. But I was just noticing when I drank it, it could make me really sleepy or it just hit me so hard. So, um, September of 2023, early September, after having too much to drink in the back of the limo on the way to the Duran Duran concert. And I really wasn't aware what it was. I was drinking we were drinking these with this like rosé in cans. And what I had before, it was mixed with sparkling water. I didn't realize this was like straight wine. And so I drank, I want to say two of those. They were like 12-ounce cans. Like for me, that's a hell of a lot of alcohol. And so when I got out of the limo, I was like, whoa, I am feeling this. And I decided, the concert was still a lot of fun. But I decided the next morning, I didn't even have a hangover. I didn't feel horrible. But I said to my sister and a good friend of ours, I'd spent the night with my sisters and so had a friend, I'm not gonna telling you guys right now, I'm not gonna drink anything through the end of 2023. Just want to see what comes of this. And there were a few times where it felt odd to me not to drink, just being in certain places where I say went out to eat, and I always had a glass of Chardonnay or things like that. But it was okay. I will even be right up front, I didn't avoid social situations, but I avoided certain social situations where obviously I can say no, but where I just didn't feel like being in that situation. So I went through the rest of 2023, zero alcohol. Um, 2020, January 2024 came. There were a few things where I said, oh, when this happens, maybe I'll celebrate. So interestingly, at that time, during that time, my Instagram following went from like 16,000 in November to 50,000 on January 2nd. That was pretty exciting because it took me 8 years to get to 16,000. And then I went to 50,000 within like a month and a half. That was amazing. I thought I would have wanted to celebrate, but I was honestly, as much, I was very proud of that happening, but I was still feeling I was in a bit of a funk with some other things. And I thought, I don't want to drink. Like that's not, so I ended up going 9 months with zero alcohol. The intent was never to stop drinking for the rest of my life, but the intent was to see where this took me. And I always knew that I would ultimately at least want to be able to have a cocktail with friends if I wanted it or not. But it wasn't to, the intent was never to not drink again. So I think June of 2024, I made a very intentional choice. I was at a wedding and decided to just have a few sips of the Prosecco as a toast. And it was delicious. I didn't even want to finish it. And it was also really powerful for me because I would never not finish a glass of wine. Are you kidding me? It's really powerful for me to have a couple sips, say, wow, that tasted great. and just leave the rest of it on the table. That was powerful. So since that time, um, what I've learned about myself is I rarely drink wine anymore. Wine will make me feel crappy a lot of times. Um, it makes me tired, but I will have like the celebratory glass of Prosecco. Believe me, I drank Prosecco when I was in Italy with my daughter this summer. Also limoncello. Limoncello spritzes, all the things, and felt great. Um, so now I drink alcohol with intention. I enjoy it. To me, it's celebratory. I mostly stick to vodka and tequila. That's just what I feel better drinking. I don't do sugary mixers. It's usually like what I call my cover girl cocktail, which is vodka soda or tequila soda, and then with some little splash of some fruit juice, like the little splash. I feel good. I stay hydrated. I make sure I'm drinking plenty of water along with this, and I enjoy it. So, am I recommending people drink alcohol? Absolutely not. Alcohol absolutely will stall fat loss. It can lead to poor decisions. For me, it's all factored in. I know what my body, I'm at a point where it's very easy for me to maintain my weight and my physique. So I do enjoy some alcohol. So wow, that was a lot. Um, okay, HRT. Um, oh, a couple other quick alcohol tips. Again, stay very hydrated when you are drinking. Also, with alcohol or just crappy food, activated charcoal taken before bed can be a lifesaver. Do I use this every time I drink alcohol? No. But especially with wine, because that can have a lot of additives, I will take activated charcoal before bed. It just kind of soaks up a lot of toxins and you feel good getting out of bed in the morning. Am I on HRT? Nope. I am not, and I never have been. I'm not against HRT. It can be helpful to some people, but it's not going to change you. There is no magic shake, pill, powder, shot, anything that is going to change your life without you changing your life. So, hormone replacement therapy, when done right, can absolutely be helpful. I've never done it, and I feel no need to do it. Um, I feel amazing. I I am in I'm 59, 5 years post-menopause, and I am in the best shape of my life. Mentally, physically, emotionally. When people say that, normally you're talking about physically, but I feel all over my mental clarity, my energy levels. I feel amazing. Do I have shitty days? We all do, but I feel good physically in my body. And again, doesn't mean your life is perfect, but I feel incredible. So I have no desire for hormone replacement therapy. And I'm going to come right out and say it that a lot of the things women blame on menopause are just their own behavior, including the wine. So, alcohol, mommy wine culture. I have seen so much of this. I've seen so many school gatherings, soccer co-op, whatever, the bake sale committee that revolve around alcohol, not revolve around alcohol. Wine is served, top off the glasses, um, less activity. The wine, which those calories add up so damn fast. An 8-ounce pour of most wines is going to be at least 200 calories. Nobody stops at one pour. People are topping you off, especially in somebody's house. The wine glasses are like fish bowls these days. So people will blame menopause for things that are the behavior, drinking too much alcohol, overconsumption of alcohol, which often leads to overconsumption of food, which often leads to less activity. You're not as at, you don't have as much energy in the morning, or could, even if you're not drinking at all in these perimenopause, postmenopausal years, a lot of times you're less active. Um, so many things change, and people, or you're overly restrictive and then you overeat. There's so many poor behaviors And then people say, oh, menopause is wrecking me. Consistency with anything is key. You know, like if the weekend starts on Thursday or even Friday, and you're like, well, I'm just going to take it easy over the weekend. Well, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that's almost half the week right there. So can people think I do these elaborate workouts and just work so hard at everything? I'm just consistent. I work out daily. It's just about 10 minutes, but it's every damn day. I get 15,000 steps a day in every damn day. I prioritize protein and produce every damn day. I don't just do it when it's convenient. This is my lifestyle. So I'm consistent. And consistency, I say it's the small actions done consistently that compound over time to yield amazing results. So again, I got a little off the topic of HRT, but I don't do it. I'm not against it, but I'm also going to be the first person to tell you it's not going to change your life. You're going to change your life. That magic shake that you see advertised in your Facebook ads, that's not going to change your life. You're going to change your life. So there's no shake, pill, or powder that has the power that you have inside of you to make changes. Drop any questions in the comments, and I will see you here probably tomorrow with another Q&A.